speak his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and then in recompense, desire my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now, my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass. So that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, I am abused. So that, conclusions to be as kisses, if your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, why then the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But that would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, secundo, tertio is a good play, and the old saying is the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure, or the bells of St. Bennet, sir, may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more gold out of me at this throw. If you let your lady know I'm here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you to think that my desire of having the sin of covetousness. But, as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well, yet when I saw it last it was besmeared, as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war, a bobbling vessel he was captain of. For shallow drought and polka unprizable, with which such scatheful grapple he did make with the most notable bottom of our fleet, that very envy and tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her fraught from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board, when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here, in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not but 'twas distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to your mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was a thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough. Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that ungrateful boy there by your side. From the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and thereto also my love. Without retention, without restraint, all for his dedication, for his sake, did I expose myself, pure for his love, to the dangers of this adverse town. Due to defend him when he was beset, where upon being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to phase me out of his acquaintance. Where he grew this 20-year removed thing where one would wink, denied me my own purse, which I recommended to his use not a half hour before.
How can this be?
Today, my lord, for 3 months before, no intern, no minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth, but for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam!
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good, my lord.
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tomb, it is as fat and foulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What? To persevereness, you uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul hath faithfulest offerings, hath breathed out, that ere devotion tendered, what shall I do?
Even that it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love, a savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly, but hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you, the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom I, by heaven I swear, I tender dearly, him I will tear out of that cruel eye. Here he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me, my thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, to spite the raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt and willingly to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would I die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than I love this life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love, wife. If I do feign you witnesses above, punish me for tainting of my love.
I me detest him. How I am beguiled.
Who does beguile you? Who does you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
Aye, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, Sarah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou know'st thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearst. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee, by thy reverence, here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness that which occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love confirmed by mutual jointer of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by the interchangement of your rings. In all the ceremony of this compact, sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I have travelled but 2 hours.
Thy dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case, or will not else thy craft so quickly grow? That thine own trip shall be thine overthrow, farewell and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Someone presently to Sir Toby!
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across and given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb. For the love of God, your help! I would rather 40 pounds I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate!
My gentleman, Cesario.
Odds lifelink, there he is! You broke my head for nothing! And that I did, I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. And I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he had not been in drink, he would have tickled your other gate as he had.
How now, gentlemen? How is it with you?
That Sir One has hurt me. There's an end on it. Thought, did see Dick surgeon? Thought?
Ho! He's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue and a passive measures pattern. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help too, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead and a coxcomb and a knave. A thin-faced knave.
Get him to bed, and let his hurt be looked to.
I'm sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman. But were it the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive I hath offended you. Forgive me, sweet one, for even the vows we made to each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective, that is, and is not.
Antonio! Oh, my good Antonio, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost thee!
Sebastian, are you...
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two. There is none more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here, there, and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves of surges had devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countrymen? What name? What parentage?
Of Messaline. Sebastian was my father too. Such as Sebastian was also my brother, so went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and thrice say, "Oh, welcome, thrice welcome, drowned Viola."
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing leds to make us happy both but this, my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occasion of my fortune since then has occurred between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew within that. You would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You have been betrothed to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble king is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have shared in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldest love women like to me.
And to all those sayings will I overswear, and to those swearings keep as true and sole as doth the orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, let me see thee in thy women's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's weeds, but Upon some action, he is now in durance at Malvolio's suite, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own. From my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
Truly, sir, he holds Beelzebub at stave's end as well as a man in his case may do, has here writ a letter to you. I should have given it to you today morning, but as a madam's epistles are no gospels, so its skills not much when they are delivered.
Opened, and read it.
Look, then, to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam!
How now? Art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox.
Prithee, read it in thy right wits.
So I do, Madonna. But to read his right wits is to read thus. Therefore prepend, my princess, and give ear.
Read it you, sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you've put me to darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet I have the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that included me to the semblance I put on, with which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please, I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you, here, at my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done to him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, this same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it, if you can, in hand or phrase, or say, 'tis not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, granted then, and tell me in the modesty of honor, why have you given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and yellow-rosed to you, to put on a yellow corsage and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting this in an obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned? Kept me in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gaw that e'er invention played on. Tell me why?
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling, and in such forms which were here presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon me, but when we know the grounds and the authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come taint the condition of this present hour, which I've wondered at. In hope it will not, most freely I confess. Myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Mariah writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How without sportful malice it was followed may rather pluck on laughter than revenge. If that the injuries be justly weighed, that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude. One Sir Topaz, sir. But that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But you do remember, madam, why you laugh at such a barren rascal. And you smile not. He's gagged. And thus the whirligig of time brings his revenges.
I'll be revenged, and the whole pack of you!
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him, and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for you shall be, while you are a man, and when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy queen.
When that I was but a little tiny boy, with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy. For the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate, with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, against knaves and thieves men shut their gates. For the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came, alas, to wife, with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive. For the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came unto my beds, with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, with toss but still had drunken heads, for the rain, it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun, with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain. But that's all one, our play is done. strive to please